Here's a very young Dele Alli, not long after he joined MK Dons Academy from his local side, City Colts.
He was skinny, lean little kid, cheekiness to him.
From the first time I worked with him, you know, he was doing those things with the ball where it'd be really tight and boom, he got out with a drag back.
Mike Dove has been instrumental at the MK Dons Academy down the years, as has Dan Machichi, as Ali came through the ranks.
He's just got that element in him that the type of player he wanted to be was one that would get you off your seat, I suppose, and people remember him at the end of a game.
He tries things that fear would prevent you from doing.
So what was he like back then?
Dele had this thing of trying to meg me every single day of his life. Whether it be walking across the training ground, whether it be just stood there talking to somebody else, I just see a ball roll between my legs.
Respectful, which is a big thing. A moment where he became a pro here and was up here just finishing off some education paperwork. I walked up the stairs, walked in, and he had a baseball cap on, and he saw me, and slowly took the cap off and looked across, and I was like, oh, excellent.
Pleasure to work with. Probably taught me as much as I taught him. There might be times when he's on the ball and in my head I'm thinking he should pass it there, and I don't say anything, and he dribbles between two players, and I'm thinking I never even saw that, or I didn't even think he could get through that gap. And if I had said in that moment, they'll pass it, he probably would have done because he wants to please the coach, but I've stopped him from doing something that's actually better than what I was thinking.
So how did they bring out the best in him?
We did very little to develop him technically, because that's not what he needed from us. He needed a safe environment for him to keep his creativity, keep his freedom.
I don't think you'll hear anybody at this football club tap themselves on the back for Dele Alli. I think it's all a case of tapping him on the back and saying well done.
As he got better and better, Mike Dove knew it was time.
Like I remember when he was a first-year apprentice, 16, and we played away, he was out there and he was looking bored. Second half, the opposition were putting this low block, defensive block against us, and he was playing as a number 4. And he was so bored, and I had to pull him and give him a couple of challenges in the game. And that was that point I went to the manager and said, look, he's outgrown us, the academy, he needs to move on.
At what stage do you think he's ready?
He'll tell you when he was 14, probably. He's broke most of our running records, if nearly all the running records at the football club, and some very, very funny stories in pre-season when he was very young, when he was just going past the first team players with great ease. He did things in training which at times you just have to stand and clap and applaud. But equally, and I've seen people do that, but then go missing on a Saturday afternoon. I remember away at Coventry once he was backing up and he hit a volley in the far top corner, and he scored hat-tricks away at Notts County on a horrendous pitch that night.
And you know that you're good, 'cause they told you you could be the next best superstar. And you know you can sing and you'll do anything to be the next best superstar.
Not that it was all plain sailing, mind.
You know, he went through a period like most kids will, where at 14, 15, other players were growing more than him.
I remember him getting threatened in tunnels. I remember players threatening him and grabbing him in a tunnel, trying to bully him and trying to manipulate him at 17 years of age.
In times we've had sin bins, we have right the way through their age groups, and Dele had some time in those sin bins. He's got a little edge to him, which is really good, but we had to help him control it. And there was moments, even as an apprentice, he would get a little bit angry and you withdraw him, and hopefully over that time that's helped him as well.
He has got an edge to him, but that edge actually made him a big game player. So when we would play the bigger academies, he'd rise to the occasion.
And when he was chosen for the England under-17s, he was the only player who wasn't with a Premier League club.
Yeah, and I think sometimes Dele might have found that hard going away with England, because when you look at it back then, there would have been an awful lot of these on an awful lot of money, and he would have been the one not. But I was telling them constantly, I bet you most of these players would have swapped with you to be playing.
Finally, the time came for Dele and the Dons to talk about a move to one of those clubs.
I pulled them before a team meeting, or after the team meeting on Friday night. I said, is it time now? Because I think we've done everything we can. I think I need to move. So, typical Dele member, as he said that, within a matter of seconds, but I want to stay here till the end of the season.
So he signed for Spurs and came straight back to MK Dons on loan, helping them win automatic promotion and picking up the Football League's Young Player of the Year award. So could anyone have predicted just how well he would have got on to do? When you brought him to the club, did you imagine he would be this good?
I cannot lie. I think that I think that surprised all in the way that he play and the maturity that he show.
Well, I don't think anybody can predict this, you know, and if people say they can, then, oh, you know, I missed the crystal ball meeting.
Dele, talk us through the goal. What were you thinking?
You know, it was just sort of a natural instinct. It was a great ball, and then, you know, I just took a touch and luckily found the net.
Although his feet are on the ground, I think our feet need to be on the ground. You know, I think he's probably doing a better job than everyone else.
From the age of 10, 11, 12 here to leaving us at 18, he was a credit, an absolute credit to himself.
He's not the finished article. He's got a lot of developing to do. And I often watch him and think, oh, okay, you know, could probably, you know, you're capable of more than that, especially with the ball.
He'll only get better because his mentality will never change.
People think, oh, we'll have a couple of sub-appearances in England. Now we're talking Euros. Who knows what's going to happen when he gets there? He just needs that challenge. As long as that challenge is in front of him and coaches can spot that and they don't take away, you know, the core elements of himself and his personality, I think we've got a player in the making for this country, yeah.
Watch Soccer Saturday every week from noon on Sky Sports News HQ.